So we thank you, those who have been there for us in execution of our duties.
Wow.
How have you been?
I've been great.
I saw you sweating in Namugongo.
We thank God we passed that.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So what is the current status, the crime rate in society out there in public? If we could start from there.
Maybe before I answer that, for you where you stay, in the community where you live, what do you see?
I think we are safe. We always have that slogan that our side is safe because of the community cooperation in that regard.
Generally, we are secure. But we have some few elements of criminality. They are isolated. And with time, we keep on netting. What we are having now is a form of organized gangs. You find it is the same group which operates in Kampala. Then the next week you hear they have operated in Mukono. Then the following what you hear they have operated maybe in Entebbe. So there are not many. And with the help of the public, all those involved will be brought to book.
Okay.
So our citizens should not worry because of these isolated incidences. Because our security teams are training them. They are training them. So when you ask the crime statistics or the crime analysis, it varies from area to area.
Okay.
So you find some areas have 0 cases registered in a week, while you find others have those cases which have been reported. But generally, as of June, the crime rate is low.
Okay.
Last week, we had the Martyrs' Day celebrations.
Yes.
I think because you were on front.
Yeah, true.
Say for what happened in Munyonyo. I think generally
it was among the most peaceful, most calm.
So that is like an aspect, because in such a big event which gathered thousands of people from all parts of the country, even around the world, we do not register any serious incidents. Therefore, the good thing, the criminals died in their own movie. I think
for Muyenga.
Munyonyo. So God was on our side. We did not register any accident. So, on the general perspective, I think we are good to go.
Okay.
However, that does not mean that we should relax and take things for granted. No. Criminal elements are there, and they are part of us. They are members of the society. Even those who infiltrate, maybe from neighboring countries, they always recruit agents here within the country. So I don't know where you are or how prepared you are. Can you be alert and not be recruited in case people wanted to recruit you into criminal activity?
Okay.
Because with time we keep upon arresting some of these criminal agents, but they are not seated. They also sometimes they do recruit because they have resources, they have funding. So we call upon the public to always be alert, always be conscious, to give us information. In fact, the most equipment, the most resourceful tool from the community is information. Because yours is to give us information, ours is to act or respond to information.
Okay.
Because we are not everywhere, I have been saying this over and over again. Security agencies are not everywhere, but the general public is everywhere.
True.
Even where you find, I know you have never been to any island. Have you ever been on the lake?
Yeah, I have. I have.
Do you know any of the islands?
No Kalangala.
You could have gone there for your to enjoy. You find somewhere deep in the forest. You will find there someone
doing what?
There's people stay there. Ugandans have freedom. Somebody can decide to be in the forest. They are isolating themselves. Maybe you don't know. Others are on spiritual aspects. You go to the mountain. At the extreme, you will find somebody has camped there.
True.
For you now here, I expect you people to be having some time for retreat. Don't you go to the mountain? So, if there is any criminality or any set of crime being organized in those isolated places, because they do not organize themselves from within. They first isolate themselves, organize themselves, then come and attack. So, once the member of the public, a citizen or any Ugandan, sees, hears, or suspects any negative or ill intentions of other members of the public, they should give us information. And we have flow of information.
Okay.
Government starts from the local council one. Are you aware that the chairman is part of government? The chairman of the village?
LC1.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the foundation of government. So government keeps on building. It is like a ladder. Can you be on the last ladder? When you have not started from down?
No.
So literally, can you not be up and you maybe
But
you
the
want to
LC
jump?
one is impactful.
What are you saying? That impactful?
Because I see almost every case people run to police.
When you were applying here for the job, didn't you get recommendation from the LC1?
LC1.
Maybe you passed somewhere else. You cannot get anything, any service, be in government or private, without recommendation of the chairman LC1. So which other impact do you want?
Okay.
The chairman LC1 is the head of security
In the village.
in the village. So we have at local council one, we have at parishes. Those are for rural setup, but in urban setup we have wards. Then we have at sub-county, town council, or divisional level. All those are agents. Security has representatives. We have at district and national level. So if you have information, please go to the nearest. Don't wait to come to Kampala and report. Report where you are, from where you are. Look for your chairman LC1, look for your PISO, look for your nearest area police. We are implementing the sub-county policing model. That every sub-county in Uganda should have a fully fledged operating police unit, able to respond to all security-related matters or incidents within the sub-county. and it is being implemented. If you are following, the other day you had the president asking whether that model has applied in areas of Greater Masaka. So that means that once the public has information, they have the nearest where they can report. So that helps us to have the quickest response, because you are reporting from the nearest source. It is like first aid. If I have any health complications, you, my immediate neighbor, you are supposed to give me the first aid. Don't again also start crying that you make phone calls. First help where you can possible. Okay. First aid, people, the first aid, you remove the shirt, every tight thing on the body to make sure that the body does what? Relaxes. So even when you share your information in time, the first respondents must respond immediately, then inform for reinforcement.
Okay.
Some information requires reinforcement. For example, a suspected bomb. If you have seen, the first respondent, what you do is make sure you secure the place, the surroundings. Let people evacuate. Then inform the experts in bomb things.
Okay.
So for them, they come, either they will check whether it is a bomb. If it is a bomb, what do they do? If it is not, what is it?
Okay.
So if the public continues the way it is giving us information, I am telling you, we are going to have a crime-free society. And that is our target, to have a crime-free society.
So the community is now vigilant.
The community is vigilant, but we keep on reminding them.
Okay.
It is a reminder. It is like faith. Every time we go to the church, we renew. We keep on renewing, because sometimes you can be distracted by circumstances.
Very true. Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you, Afande. Unfortunately, we started late, so we are going to go in for a very short break and we'll return with more of this discussion.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
Welcome back. You are watching Issues at Hand here on Church of Uganda Family TV. And yes, it is a Friday. We are talking about matters of peace, matters of security in our communities out there. And majorly today we are talking about vigilance amidst a number of crimes here and there. But of course, just like you heard from ASP Muteera, there is a good improvement out there in regards to crime prevention, but also the number of crime rates is also reducing here and there because you have been very, very vigilant out there. So it is important that you continue being very vigilant. By the way, Afande, I don't know how true it is, but we have been seeing a circulating video about a robbery, armed robbery that happened, I think, in one of the places in the Carbons. I don't know how true it is, but in such instances, how should the community react? Because when I was seeing the videos and you're seeing the comments, people seem to now get so much scared that is this also happening here and there in Uganda, things like that. How should the community respond to such?
Like I had earlier said, elements of crime which are happening, the perpetrators are the same. Only that they keep on changing from one point to another. There is a team of armed groups. They are few. They are not many. They are part of the team that that was worked upon at Acacia. Do you remember that?
Oh, okay.
That is the team. Their target is money. But as I have said, they have agents who inform them. They know Muteera has been in the bank. He has withdrawn money. So rarely do they miss. But in the shortest time, those groups will be no more. Only that sometimes we do not come here to mention the success stories. Some of those whom we have apprehended. Why? Because once we make it to know that so and so was apprehended, now the colleagues will be on the run because they know they are next.
Okay.
So, yes, a few elements are there, but they are not. Do you see them every day?
No.
So they are isolated. We can worry when you hear that maybe today they have stolen in Kampala, in Mukono, in Entebbe, in Jinja. That's when you say, maybe, oh, there is a wave of criminals who have maybe who are operating. But today you will hear, maybe you hear after a week that they have again hit somewhere, but we are trading them. I am sure one day he will hear a success story. How we will respond? It will depend on the situation. Sometimes situations dictate on our response to such groups. But like I said, that members of the public, one, they must also be vigilant, but also be able to share with us information.
Okay.
Where we have succeeded, we have not succeeded alone. We have succeeded with the public.
Oh, yeah.
Because they give us timely information. So, Ugandans oh, our dear viewers, do not get worried. Very soon the situation will be contained, and we shall continue to enjoy the peace in the country.
What drives do you have to make sure that they continue being part of this cause, making sure that at least they are internally or even every time they are there to make sure that they maybe report a case, maybe what is that motivation the public are having?
No, the motivations we have is we rely on the previous success stories, because we have been succeeding. These groups have not started today. They have been there. Not that this is the same group which has been existing. No. They come, they are neutralized, they hibernate, and they rejuvenate or they reorganize. So that reorganization, we always strive to ensure that they don't reorganize. So, and in most cases, is getting the ringleaders. Once the ringleaders have been neutralized, then the group ceases to do what? To operate. But like I told you, they have sponsors. People fund. They are people
They have
who
sponsors?
Yes. They have sponsors.
I thought it is something they are doing for them to earn money or to get money.
Even if so. Now you are an employee here. Don't you get money at the end of the month? But aren't you working for someone?
Yes.
Yes, that's even how they also operate.
Okay.
They also get, but they are working for someone. Because they also invest. They have investment. They put in a lot of money. So, but with time, and in the shortest period of time, by the way, it won't take long.
Some serious questions of how these people get the arms, the guns, and all those things.
Oh, of course, the
Public
arms they
concerns.
get, every time and again, we have always had reports of our armed security people have been attacked.
Oh, okay.
And the most target has been on private security. They attacked, gun taken. So you think that gun, when it is taken, it is thrown in the bush?
No.
They attack with rudimentary tools, spears, maybe iron bars, hammers, pangas. Once they succeed in attacking armed people, they disarm them. Now they operate with guns.
Okay.
But a number of times we have succeeded. I say that maybe we don't come here and we talk how we have recovered this gun, how we have recovered this gun, but we have been recovering guns. All guns which have been used in criminal activities, they keep on being recovered. But also it should be known that we have porous borders. So sometimes criminals gain access to porous borders and maybe they disturb us, especially the ADF. You are aware.
Yeah.
They are recruiting, they have money, they have sponsorship. And they target our vulnerable young people. They recruit them. It is very rare for somebody of 60 to be recruited. Because for at 60, you have a family, you cannot just risk your life in those suicidal missions. Those missions are suicidal. It is a life and death. They know that if they don't die, they should kill. And that is how it happens.
Okay.
They either be killed or they kill. If they are killed, then the mission has aborted. If they kill, then they will succeed with their mission. They go on. But these ones which were happening, especially in Kampala and its neighborhood, those are robbers. Their target is money. However, but there are also those whose aim is to destabilize the country. Those are the elements of ADF and these other terrorist groups. For them, their aim is to destabilize the country, to create panic. And we are coming close to, we are already in the election period. So, once you create panic, you create fear, wherever there is panic, there is state of insecurity. As a country, we lose economically or financially. Because no one wants to invest in a destabilized environment, because you are not sure whether you will make it the next morning. So we lose out in the larger perspective. But the public, please keep on giving us information. We thrive on information. There are some who give us distorted information. Distorted information? It is rugambo. It is not accurate. And we can't get much out of it. It is on hearsay. Now what I have heard. So please share with us information, and very soon we shall have those groups no more.
Okay. So what do you think is the role of the community policing, neighborhood watch, where you have to watch out for your neighbor?
It creates awareness. Everybody is aware. Everybody knows their responsibilities. You have a responsibility as a citizen. You don't just come and take things for granted. You as to eat and sleep. No. You have a role to perform. These people, they have where they sleep. They are staying with neighbors. Even sometimes, when some of these incidences happen, they said, yes, we have been seeing, has been treating, has been operating in such and such a manner. Yes, you have been seeing, you have been hearing. What have you done? Now, our perspective is on what have you done?
Okay.
So, if you have heard, you have seen, and you have done nothing, you are irresponsible. Faith without action is dead. Is it true?
Yeah, you seem to know some of these things.
Not that I seem to know. Hey, you have been taking me like I seem to.
Oh, wow.
One time I will come when it is not
give
for
someone,
it is not for security.
Hey.
Dear citizens, dear Ugandans, seeing, hearing, and you don't act
Sure.
is a sign of irresponsibility. Sometimes even if you find we are not happy with you, we can think maybe you conspired. You know conspiracy. You see something happening and you keep quiet. So if you see, if you hear any suspicious information, please always tip all responsible persons, the security agencies that I have seen such and some happening in our community. This will help us to react, to respond.
Okay.
Especially this goes out to the landlords. A very few, in fact, even there are very few groups can operate in their own homes. Most of these criminals are operating in rented premises. So as a landlord, it is your responsibility to monitor, to inspect, to check what this tenant is doing or what they do.
Some people get to their homes and lock. And in the morning they go, they lock, things like that. How will a landlord?
You as a landlord, it is within the law.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be inspecting your premises.
Okay.
Because once it is established that criminal elements or criminal activities have been operated or is being operated within your premises, you also have questions to answer as a landlord.
Okay.
So yours is not just getting money at the end of the month. No. You take you as a head of the family. You think you only ends on just providing necessities at home.
Everything.
You are supposed to know where is this child? It is 9 in the night. Where is he or she? Why is this like this? Because you are the head of the what? Even a landlord has that responsibility. Yes, I rented in my house, but what does this tenant do? Every time the gate is closed. There are even tenants who do not accept landlords to access their premises. It is illegal. What are you hiding?
Privacy.
Privacy what? Which privacy? You tell me a place which is that this one it is private, people do not go there. If people can go to State House. So you as a tenant, if you want privacy, you construct your own home. A landlord must inspect their premises.
Okay.
So please always look out, always there is that sense of suspicion. Once you feel you have suspected anything, please give us information. That is the only way how we'll be able to combat these organized crimes.
Okay.
Some are agents, the transporters. I am yet to establish or to know that young man who died, the border rider, whether he was part of the,
or he was just,
or maybe he was caught up. For you, he was a transporter. I know you like movies. You saw that the transporter movie.
Yes.
You transport things which you are not even sure of. So it is important to know that you can be used in any criminality, knowingly or unknowingly.
Okay.
Especially people send these equipments of terrorism. They send them as goods. Somebody just gives you a flask. As a flask is a bomb. Somebody gives you a pen.
Someone know?
Eh?
How do they know? The public, the border person, for instance.
The money they pay, and the instructions they give.
So there are always suspicions somehow, somewhere.
How can somebody give you a pen to take to Mukono, and they pay you 20,000? A pen just.
It could be a blessed one. You know, when candidates are going to study, they bless their pens for when they are going for UNEB
Suspicion,
papers.
always be suspicious.
Okay.
Have you ever been given an envelope, whether white or brown envelope? Even before you open it, you first start to feel what is inside. Is it heavy or it is light?
Okay. And that's very
So there is always that suspicion. Yes. So once
and
you are
there are always
suspicious,
signs, by the way.
Even sometimes you are carrying a person, but the way they are communicating, you as a transporter, you are suspicious of the person you are carrying, the way they are communicating. Others don't want you to look into their face. Somebody wants you to transport them, but they don't give you access to look directly into their face. Even when you want to look them directly into the face, they will change. They want to go with you. Why? They are criminals.
Okay.
The criminal does not want you to what? Because tomorrow when he says that, that is the man, that is the person I carried, he was like that. So, those are some of the elements or some of the characteristics that can enable you to understand whether you are dealing with the right or wrong person.
Okay. I find it is very unfortunate our time is past spent.
It was very unfortunate. You know, jam is too much.
Oh, yes.
People now are following the new guidelines. They are driving at 30. Even when the road is clear, people are following.
Follow
but
rules.
you cannot follow. Yes, they have halted, but let's keep on getting
We are not yet sure.
acquainted with that speed. You know, people have been used to driving in 100 plus. Now adjusting from 120 to 30 or 60 or 70. It is not easy, but we shall reach there.
All right.
From time to time. But
Any last remarks to the people out there?
I want to thank you for partnering with all security agencies. We have secured a number of activities. We secured Namugongo, which was very massive. And let's continue to work like that. We cannot work in isolation. We need you. You also need us. So once we have that solid bond, we shall not be infiltrated by wrong elements. So I want to thank you for always being part of us, empowering us, giving us that timely information in order to have a crime-free society. Thank you very much. Thank you for always hosting us.
All right.
We don't pay for this show.
True.
Our sponsor.
We want the people to get the information
yes,
out there.
We want to thank the Archbishop for always sponsoring for this show.
Wow.
We don't take it for granted. So we are grateful for always giving us that opportunity to always share our insights with the members of the public.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, ASP Asiimwe Muteera, who is the CLO of Kawempe, and we really appreciate the information that has been given. Now, the call out there is for you to be vigilant and also continue being part of the drive to make sure that we have a crime-free environment, whether in your community or together collectively as a nation. So I want to appreciate you for joining us this morning. My name is Luke Majumba. I'd like to have a lovely day and a lovely weekend ahead. Please make sure you enjoy responsibly.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda